literally 5 a.m. and I'm going to the airport. Where I'm going is extremely cold. It's 64 degrees outside right now in Florida, but in New York, it's in the 30s. I think it feels like the 20s and it's supposed to snow today. I don't got nothing to wear. I also don't like feeling clustered, so I'm gonna try to layer the best that I can, but I might just have to suffer. I'm wearing these baggy jeans from ASOS. I have thermal socks on and I'm wearing this base from Skims. I also have a base underneath my jeans just because my legs get cold. I have this fur shawl, so I'm just gonna throw this on. And then I have this really thick Alexander Wang denim. It's like a bomber, but it's very heavy and it's really thick. And once I get there, I'll just zip this up. I also have this rabbit fur hat. So cute. Oh. Because it's supposed to be sleeting and raining maybe, I'm gonna take my Christian Louboutin rain boots. My Gucci Hobo. It's a great shoulder bag. I'm not taking a carry-on and I'm not checking a bag, so that's gonna be perfect. Also got gloves that I need to take just in case. So this is the fit. Top it off with Versace Crystal Noir. I'm going on a plane, so I don't want to be too overly perfumed. Let me go. Bye. Good morning, boo. This is absolutely insane. So I'm heading to a fur retailer in New York. The name of the place is Madison Ave Furs. You've probably seen it all over TikTok and all over Instagram. They're doing a really good job, or maybe it's just my algorithm, because I've been looking for a fur for at least 2 years. So I'm gonna fly in, grab a fur, and I'm gonna fly out. There's a ton of other pop-ups and a ton of other like fur sample sales going on in New York this weekend. So if all else fails, I will find something else. Either it's gotta be in Soho somewhere. And once I do that, I'm just turning right around, getting back on another plane, and heading the hell back home. It's supposed to be raining or snowing there today. The last time I checked the temperature, it said it was in the 20s and it felt like it was in the teens. I'm not prepared for that. I'm a New Yorker, but at this point I've lived in Florida so long, I am not prepared for that kind of cold. So I'm starting to slowly realize that all of my winter stuff is just either too small, outdated, just raggedy. I'm so not prepared for the cold anymore because I don't travel to anywhere cold when it's cold. But that's gonna change because I live in a tropical place. Why do I always do things that are tropical? My flight leaves at 6:30. They're boarding at 6:02. It's 5:18. The roads are clear. I'm just gonna valet and we're out of here. Hey boo, so we made it. We got in really great time. We landed like 30 minutes early, so I got in at 9. It's about 9:30 now. In the Uber, we're heading to Midtown. The weather actually was not that bad. I was expecting it to snow last night and I was expecting it to sleet this morning, but it's completely dry. Now what happens later, I couldn't tell you, but we're here. We're gonna make the best of it. I feel like the day is going by really smoothly, knock on wood. So let's get there. Let's do what we have to do. Let's stay focused. I'm really hungry though. Hopefully I can grab something to eat before I have to get on the flight back home. All right, I'll check in with you guys when I get to Madison Ave. This is Larry. He's gonna make me spend all my money here.
I'm gonna make it.
So I secured my coat. It's officially snowing. That's cute. Larry at the shop, he recommended that I have lunch at the Smith. So I'm heading down there now. I'm walking down Broadway and it's about a 10 or 15 minute walk. The weather's really not that bad. I'm actually enjoying it. It's just so funny to me, like, I'm a New Yorker. I grew up in New York. Let's be honest. it's more time in Florida than I've spent in New York. And it's just so funny because it's like a breath of fresh air. Hold on. It's like a breath of fresh air. All them cars are coming, boy. Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like coming back to New York. It's like coming home, right? As a New Yorker, as soon as you land and you get out of the plane, and you get out, like I flew into LaGuardia and I'm accustomed to LaGuardia. As soon as you get out and you smell the air, you just have this overwhelming feeling of like, I'm home, right? There's no other way to explain it. It's just like, I'm home, right? There's also a love-hate relationship with that whole thing because it's dirty, it's smelly, it's busy, people are rude and nice, nasty, but it's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's like when you are here, when you're from here and you remember old New York and you land here, your feet touch the concrete, it's just like a different feeling. I don't know how to explain it. If you're from New York and you're living in another city or have lived in another city for a while and you come back home, tell me how you feel, because that's how I always feel. Don't get me wrong, I love Florida. I love living in a tropical climate. It's hot, but it gets old. And New York and Florida, two completely different animals. They're good for their own separate things. I like the convenience of living there. I like the cost of living there, although it is getting more expensive. But New York will forever and ever and ever be unmatched, untouched, undefeatable in my eyes. But the goal is to have a place here, a permanent place here that I could travel to whenever I get that itch. But we're working on that. There's other things we gotta take care of first. Anyway, I'm heading to the Smith, like I said, to grab something to eat. And I'm thoroughly enjoying my Saturday. My fur, bitch, wait till you see it. It eats down, okay? It eats down. I cannot wait to pop out in that fur. I'm gonna need to go somewhere cold the rest of the season just so I can wear that thing every day. So I have all this fur all over me. I'm ready when you are, sweetheart. Can I do the ranchero scramble? And can I also do a cappuccino, please? Can I have some stevia sweetener? Do you have stevia or no? Oh, it's okay. It's all right. I'll just have sugar. It's all right, baby. Okay, thank you, my love. Been here before for brunch, I think, at some point. I don't know. A lot of things kind of blend together. So, girl, let me tell you. So I'm in Madison Furs. And I'm looking at all the furs, whatever. I literally, I would try something on, and then someone would come right behind me and try it on. So it wasn't like I was trying to, think, because I saw, 3 options of what I wanted. I saw this all white, which you saw. I saw the red fox, and then I saw, a mid-length. And the owner, his name is Larry, awesome. His niece, who does all their social media, she's so freaking cute. She's so freaking cute. Anyway, so he was pulling the coats for me because I told him I wanted full length, I wanted fox, I wanted something puffy, whatever. But I just didn't want to do that whole gray white kind of thing, the silver, if that's what it's called. I think it's another name. If I remember the name, I'll put a picture so you know exactly what I'm talking about. All the girls are doing that color, but I didn't want to pull the trigger so fast because I'm he's got a whole showroom full of coats. I mean, there were bombers, there were minks. The minks were really nice. The next go round, I'm getting a mink. I'll probably get a full length mink, and then after that, I'll get a bomber. Maybe next year I'll do the mink. But it's gotta be full length, chocolate brown. I know exactly what I'm looking for. And every year or 2 years, I'm gonna continue to add to the collection. I'm going to wait after I try on a few and figure out if that's what I want to do. So I pulled out another white, a snow white fox that you saw. I don't think it was completely full length, but it was pretty full length. And I like that one too. But as soon as I took it off, here go homegirl, a girl, right? She goes to try it on. So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. I'm not even tripping. So then I try on the bomber, and then here go another homegirl. She wants to try it on, completely different. And I'm like, I don't understand, because I wasn't trying on what everybody else was trying on. I had my own little motion going on, and I was very happy. And I was like, it kind of put pressure on me. But anyway, I looked at a few other things. I went into the main section. I looked at some bombers. That's not what I wanted. I wanted a full length to flow, drops and flow. One of the sales guys was like, listen, she wants to try that fur on. And it was a girl that had we kind of came a little bit apart, and we were like the same size, and she was looking for a coat, but she didn't really know what she was looking for. She wanted an everyday coat, and trust me, the coat that I got is not an everyday coat. I guess it could be everyday, I don't know. Not to me. But anyway, she wanted to try it on, and I was like, if this girl leaves with this coat, I'm going to be so mad, because it was the only one. I was like, you can try it on, but I already bought it. You can try it on, but I already bought it. Larry rung me up, took out that card, boom, 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 swiped it on Amex, and we were lit. So I have a lot of time to kill. Now I'm pretty much done, and then I'm gonna head back to the airport. But all in all, it was a great experience. Probably a little OD, a little extra, but I wouldn't be me if I didn't do that. Okay, chickadees, I am back home. I made it. It's 9:30, so the time was amazing. The time was proper. I'm a little low-key tired, I'm not even gonna lie. One thing about it, right? So everything I said about Spirit, I lied. Okay, so no, I didn't lie. So first of all, the thing that I love about Spirit is that they don't care what the weather is. They don't care what's going on. Spirit's gonna get you home. You might be a little bit delayed. You might, it's gonna be not a luxurious experience. Just put it like that. It's just the basics, right? You're gonna have to pay for this, pay for that, pay for your seat, pay for your luggage, pay for whatever. But if it's just like a bare minimum, you just want to get in, get out somewhere, Spirit is perfect. But I say all that to say, the seats, I don't know if they make them with like the lowest grade of cardboard, and I don't know, my back always hurts, and for whatever reason, and I fly, but with Spirit, I always get nauseous, and coming up to the end of the flight, I always feel like I'm gonna have an anxiety attack because it's just so claustrophobic, and I don't know, but they're reliable in that it's like, if you want a quick boom boom, a quick zoom zoom, you could book with Spirit. You know that they're gonna get you there and they're gonna bring you back. Everything that happens in between, it's on you. You know what I'm saying? You want a comfortable seat, even if you book the big one, if you're gonna book the big one, you might as well just book on a different airline. That's my feeling about it. But anyway, I'm home. Will I be flying Spirit again anytime soon? Probably not. But it was what it was for what it is, right? But let me show you the coat. Can we just have a moment for this? You're not even getting the full effect. You're not even getting the full effect of this. Hold on. Like, come on. Hold on. I have to like back it up and turn you so you could actually see. Babe. Can you just, it's beautiful. I just have to blow it out, fluff it up. This is just such a beautiful coat. It's exactly what I wanted. I thought I was actually gonna go more cool tone, but then when I put it on, like with my hair and like my undertones, that's the thing about furs. Like they're such a statement, and they're such a big part of the outfit, a big part of what you're wearing. Like you really have to get the color right, because like I tried on a white one, and for whatever reason, the tone of that white one, it was a beautiful coat. The white coat is what I've wanted since I was a 6-year-old little girl. Since I was a little girl, it's a white full length fur is all I've ever wanted. But when I tried on the white, well, first of all, I was so far out of my budget, but second, it just didn't do anything for me. And then I tried on a black, I tried on like gray, I tried on brown, I tried on all kinds of colors. But then this one, when he pulled out this one, I was like, okay. I like the fact that it has like, the undercoat is a different color. It's like a darker color, if you can see. And then it's like this warm brown tan, like cinnamony color. And I think it just goes with my hair and my skin color, like my tone, my undertones. So I'm like, yeah, this is the coat. So all of that to say that I had a wonderful experience at Madison Ave Furs. Larry and his team are just like amazing. They let me try on. He actually walked around and pulled coats for me too. Service was great. It was a very calm experience. I thought, because obviously it's the city and it's a Saturday, I thought it was going to be a madhouse, but I got there early enough to where it was still kind of cool, like quiet. And then the fact that it started snowing probably deterred a lot of people from coming outside anyway, or making that trip to the city from wherever they were from. But this was the last red fox fur that they had. But they get inventory all the time, so you might want to try to call ahead. But the experience was wonderful. The packaging, they packed it up really nicely for me to travel with it. They even offered to ship it. Now, a lot of times with these vintage coats, they'll be monogrammed somewhere on the inside. Mine was monogrammed, and you know what's crazy? I think the monograms were actually my middle initial and my first initial. I can't remember, but he offered to take it out and they could, I believe, monogram it for you. But I just opted to just do the patch because I was in a crunch for time. But I could always monogram it later. But this is such a beautiful coat. I'm so happy with the purchase. I think the trip was totally worth it. If I was a bad man, I would have got more than one coat. I would have got a bomber or a mid-length in a little bit more of a fun kind of color. Maybe not fox, but I would have got something else. Maybe I would have did the mink, but next year or another time, if I buck upon a deal, then maybe I'll do it. But I'm very happy. I'm very, very happy. I was really pleased with the construction of the coat. So a couple things when you're looking for furs, right? So a lot of times these garments are made with like pelts and material from multiple animals. And the reason that I like vintage fur over new fur is for the sustainability. I am not for like animal cruelty or farming animals to like kill them to harvest their fur. So that's why I'm so, I don't know. It's a double-edged sword. It's a really complicated discussion. I wouldn't purchase a new fur. I would usually go the vintage route, especially when it's in great condition like this. If it's stored nicely, these things last. So the main thing is like when you feel the fur, it shouldn't be wiry. Like it should be soft. It should be shiny. Like you have to check for the undercoat and then make sure that everywhere that this thing is seamed together, especially like on the shoulders, because the shoulders is what carries the weight of the coat, right? That's what's draping on you. So you got to make sure the shoulders are good. All of the seams on the inside are intact. I mean, some of those things could be repaired, but generally speaking, if you're spending money on a coat, like unless you're getting it at an absolute liquidation deal, and you're willing to make some of those repairs, you just make sure all the lining and everything is good. You want to feel the coat. You want to make sure there's no rips. Rub the fur. Check on all the arms. Check in the sleeves just to make sure there's no rips, there's no tears. And then you want to kind of gather the fur too to make sure that the pelts underneath, the leather, actually the underside of it, has no dry rot or has no mold. And then usually with vintage, they'll have a little vintage smell, but if you air it out in a cool place, this one doesn't really have much of a smell. It smells like storage, but it's okay. I will air this out when it gets cold again this week, and that should take care of that. But it's nothing that's like overpowering. It doesn't smell like musky. It doesn't smell mildewy. And I am so happy. I feel like I got so lucky with this buy, you guys, because I feel like The universe conspired to give this to me. It was like all the planets aligned. It was like the Saturday, the tickets, perfect time in, perfect time out. I didn't have to stay over in New York. It was the fur that I wanted, full length. It was my size. It was like everything just worked out so perfectly. And I'm so, like, you don't understand. As a little girl growing up in New York, all I wanted was a fur. And maybe not every little girl wants a fur, but I know I was literally obsessed. And then it's like, you know, you're growing up, that's not a priority for your parents, right? To get you a fur. But growing up and teenage years into adulthood, I was pretty much in Florida by that time. There was no need for me to have a fur at that point. And even when I was living abroad, when I was living in the UK, I couldn't afford a fur at that time. So it's really fun to like realize all of these little things that I've had on my like list, my want list for decades. It's really crazy. The white fur is coming. I will get a white fur, but just not this time around. I wanted this one to be something special and meaningful, so I got this for myself. I got this for a 6-year-old Jolene. Let's just put it like that. So I'm really happy. But anyways, y'all, I'm gonna go take a hot shower and have some dinner, and I'm gonna watch Love After Lockup because the new season is on. Thank you so much for joining me on my little adventure today. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend, do all the things, and I will see you on the next video. Until then, be kind and be great. Love y'all.